Thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. My name is Patricia. Please press subscribe, like, or share. Share this audio with someone who you may think need it. I was just sitting here watching television, and it dawned on me that what everybody is looking for on this earth is love. Every single one of us wants to be loved. But this is the problem. We are seeking love outside of ourselves. And what we really, really need is inside of us. We first need to love ourselves. You cannot love anybody else unless you love yourself. Now, people will argue and say, oh, I love myself. I love myself. But you don't. When you love yourself, you want the best for you. You want to live the best life, buy the best things, work at your dream job, work at what you came here on this earth to do, find your purpose. These are all the things that you want to do when you love yourself. And these are the number one things where people struggle with all the time. So it's really strange that we feel like we're always searching for love outside of ourselves. I want this man to love me. I want this woman to love me. I want to be loved by my mother. I want to be loved by my father. I want to be loved by my friend, by my sister. But spiritually, what you're really searching for is to love yourself. Have you ever heard the saying somebody will say he loves me the best way that he could, or he loves me based upon what he knows about love? Because you can't love somebody if you don't love yourself. If you don't love you, then how are you going to love somebody else? Most of us, there's a lot of abusive relationships. I'm talking about men and women relationships. And they may not be physically abusive, but they may be emotionally abusive. And the person that's in that abusive relationship feels that they're being loved. I mean, that's how they're interpreting the man loved them, the abuse. Let me give you an example. A long time ago, I had this friend that she would start arguments with her husband. And it was three of us. The three of us were friends. One of my friends said to me, she likes to be beaten, to be roughed up. And I thought, no, don't nobody like to be hit? No, that's what I said. So then the other friend, she would get into it. I was at her house when she would call her husband all type of bitches and everything. And then when he holler off and hit her, then she would say, oh, you see what he did? You see what he did? Or what, I don't know. She would just go off, and then she would start laughing. I never really knew why she was laughing. So one time she got with her second husband, and I had a Thanksgiving dinner. So I had invited them over to dinner. The husband didn't come, but she came. And when she came, her eye was like, I had never seen a woman at the time be abused. I mean, I just didn't know anything about that. A man hitting a woman, that was just unheard of. So when she came in, her eye was black, but it was red, black on the outside, but it was really red or something on the inside, really bad. And her eye was swollen really bad. So me, her, and the other friend I told you about, we were in there, this was the day before Thanksgiving, because we were in there cooking the food, because I had a lot of people coming over the next day. She sat there and I said, oh my God, I don't want to say, I'm not going to say her name, but I said, oh my God, look at your eye. He did that to your eye. And she looked at me and said, that means he really loved me, don't it? I was flabbergasted that she said, I said, what? Girl, that don't mean he loved you because he kicked your ass like that. That is just what I said. The other friend bust out laughing because see, she had already told me this is what the girl thought. And I just was flabbergasted. I said that, the other friend, I pointed to her, I said, she told me that you like to be hit. And I just thought that was totally insane. That who likes to be hit? But she said, yeah, but he hit me like this. That means he loved me. He wouldn't beat me like this if he didn't love me. And she really believed that. So that made me think, I can't speak about all abusive women, but some abusive women think that that's love, because I actually had another friend that, uh, the husband didn't hit her, but he did. He was very jealous. Well, it was emotionally abuse. He was just extreme, over the top jealousy, and she thought that meant he loved her. This is another friend now. She thought that, oh, that means he loved me because he's so jealous of me and he don't want me to go nowhere. And she really believed that. And I said, no, it doesn't. Because he's jealous of you, that is because he is so insecure. That's why he's so jealous of you, honey, and don't want you to go nowhere. It ain't got nothing to do with love. Because a man can not love you at all, but just be so insecure and he doesn't want, you out of his sight. And that's simply because he's insecure. So this is what I mean. These are extremes examples, but this is what I mean when I say that people, they're looking for love outside of themselves, but they don't know how, because clearly these women did not love themselves. They didn't. If that was their definition of love, they didn't love themselves to even allow someone to mistreat them. If you're allowing somebody to emotional, physically, or any other way abuse you, that's because you don't understand what love is. So there is so many women out here that's insecure. I had a caregiver work for me not, long, I think it was last year. She was a really, really young girl, like 20. I think she was 20. And she was living with this guy, and she really loved the guy. The guy did not want her. It was very obvious from, what she was telling me, that he didn't want her. He didn't love her, and he was messing around with other women. Just a whole lot of things were going on. And he had actually indicated to her several occasions that he wanted her to leave, leave his house and go back home to her family. But she still was in the mind that, oh, he's my best friend. Oh, yeah, he's my best friend. He really loves me. And I see, because I'm very outspoken. If you ask me something, I'm going to tell you. So don't ask me, because I'm going to tell you the truth. And I told her, like, girl, this is not love. He's told you in so many words. And I, told her what those was, what she was telling me, that he doesn't even want you here. And she admitted that, yeah, she did think that he didn't want her there, but she would say, I know he really loved me, and I could talk to him about anything. He my best friend. Then she finds out he's cheating. Well, you can't talk to him about anything. Clearly, what was he cheating for? So we all do that. Women are very insecure because they don't know and understand love. It could be because it's something that happened when you're young. You don't, get that proper definition of love. Could be what you went through in your family life. Maybe, your parents or whatever was on drugs. One guy told me both of his parents was on drugs, and it was like 5 kids, and they were just trying to survive by going to the store, stealing food to eat. He didn't know nothing about love. But when he grew up, he was angry, at his parents, especially his mother. And so he took that anger out on women. But he went on to tell me, hey, I don't really know anything about love because I wasn't raised around, that love. My parents weren't there. I didn't really know anything about love. So when I did meet a girl that I really cared about, he was jealous. He told me he was abusive and all these other things. And he told me clearly, when he had met me, he was saying that he realized that that wasn't love at all. He actually used to go with one of my daughters, and then he became a son to me. And it was just really sad. So it really, sometimes depend on your environment to how you were raised or how you received love from your parents. But the bottom line is whether it's your grandmother, mother, you, your father, it doesn't matter. Every person on this planet is searching for love outside of yourself when you should be turning within yourself and search for love from you. Get love from you first. When you have truly love yourself, then go out and try to find love outside of you. Now, let me explain inside, outside, because somebody told me everybody don't understand what that means. When I say outside of yourself, I mean out here in the streets, out here in the world. You're looking for love in the world. Where am I going to find my next boyfriend, somebody who really loves me? Where am I going to find a woman who really loves me? That's what I mean by outside of yourself. And when I say go inside of yourself, I mean focus your attention inside of your chest area where your heart chakra is. And maybe say every day, I love you. I love you. And then feel that emotion go through the whole body. I love you. Just focus. I'm saying it now while I'm talking, while I'm making this recorder, and I'm focusing on my heart chakra, and I feel the love just flowing through my body. My eyes are closed. I love you. You're telling yourself you love yourself inside. You love you. I love me. Now, you want to do that 5 minutes a day, 3 times a day would be great for at least 90 days, and then see what happens. Another exercise I want you to do along with this one is look in the mirror for from 5 to 15 minutes a day. Look directly in your eyes and say, I love you. I love you. I love you. Now, 15 minutes, if you've never done this before, might be a little long for you. So anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes, just look in that mirror and say directly in your eyes and say, I love you. I had a lady do that, and she told me that when she first looked in the mirror, she couldn't even look at herself. What does that mean? That means she has a very low self-esteem. She does not love herself at all, not even like herself. So she said after she did that exercise for a couple of weeks, she could look through one eye and look through herself. And then after a month, she looked at, could just open her eyes and look. And then she said after a month, she felt so much love for herself. So I want you to do both exercises and do it for, like I said, for 90 days and see what a change this makes in your life. When you love yourself, all type of blessings come in your life. Money will flow to you. Opportunities flow to you. Good men will flow to you. Because if you're a woman, you'll meet a man who truly loves himself and can truly love you. If you're a man, you're going to truly meet a woman who could truly love herself and who truly loves you. Nobody can love you if they don't love themselves first. Thank you so much for tuning in to Patricia Show. My name is Patricia.